Talking to Timbers head coach Phil Neville. Phil, you talked about how fans are already on their way to the stadium, a few at the training ground today,
Yeah.
kind of getting a head start on the rivalry.
Yeah, I remember last year. I think I remember 4 or 5 of the supporters being at the back there, setting off a few flares, just letting the players know that it means a lot tomorrow. It's one of the standout fixtures of our calendar. We're looking forward to it. We're excited. I'm sure they are as well, and it's going to be an incredible occasion, I think.
For new players like David DaCosta, Jim Rafori, and a few others, do you try to tell them about the rivalry, or do you just let them experience it naturally for the first time?
Well, I think they've obviously come from countries where they've experienced Clásicos and derby games and the intense atmosphere. So I think what I always think about is that there's other players in the dressing room that have been here a long time that will pass on their experiences. And when they arrive at the stadium tomorrow, there'll just be a different feel in the air.
What do you remember about your first match with the Seattle Sounders, at least leading up to it? Were you nervous? Were you excited?
Uh, I think before any derby game, you want to keep calm. You obviously, I remember my first Q&A with the TA, and this was the game that they said that win this game, you can lose every other game, which I thought was quite funny at the time. But then when I got to the game, you understood the rivalry, and when we went up to Seattle last year, and we had that game, both stadiums. The atmosphere's great, and I just can't wait for the game. I think it comes at the end of a week where we've had some good performances, and we want to cap it. We want to finish the week off well.
When you were a player, did these rivalries mean a little bit more to you when you were first starting out and you wanted to prove yourself, or as you're more experienced in your career and you had that bad blood there?
Well, I think you want to prove that you can play in this type of game from a composure point of view, temperament point of view. That's really important. And then at the end of the day, you want to play in the biggest games. The biggest games are the derby games, and we've got all the players out there, all of them ready to play. Nobody's feeling fatigue, and it'd be a difficult team to pick, I would have thought, tomorrow.
A lot of thought about the goalkeeper battle. How do you treat that a little bit differently than, let's say, a positional player competition?
It's difficult to rotate goalkeepers because there's definitely a sense of a rhythm, a flow, a consistency to communication with the back four, communication with your defenders, set play, organisation. So, Max has done great in the last 2 or 3 games, and Jimmy's back in training now. So, again, we've got a good selection problem.
Juan Mascara played the full 90 on Wednesday. Is he amongst the fittest on the squad?
Yeah, I think there's still more to come from him though. I think there's still more development in him. We're pushing him every single day. He knows that, we know that, and we're going to need a big performance from him tomorrow if for him to continue his growth.
Similar style, but how is the Schmetzer side a little bit different to what you've seen from Seattle in the past couple of years?
Well, I mean they've got great depth. I always think if you forget the systems that they play, they have their identity is they've got great experience. They know how to win games. There was a period in the start of the season when you thought, oh, they were just wobbling a bit. Then they won 5. They know how to win big games. They know how to go on runs. They know when to pick up the points. And he's a really experienced manager with experienced players who have been there a long time. They've sprinkled in some new players in and around that. They've obviously got the World Club Championships to look forward to. I just look at them as a team that knows how to handle any type of game, any type of system, any type of occasion. So that's what we're playing up against.
In these big rivalries, of course, some trash talk going on. Who's the premier trash talker on your team?
Well, we've got a young team. They're all pretty trash talkers. I mean, Juan Mosquera, Santi, Jimmy Forey. The Colombian element of the team is fresh, young, fearless. So I'd say that the North American group of the team tend to take the brunt. Kamal, it's his birthday today, tends to get the brunt of a lot of the trash talk, from the Colombians.
Speaking of Juan Mascara, he's going to be going up against likely Ryan Kent. He's only played about 120, 130 minutes in MLS. When you're preparing for somebody like that, do you review the tape from Rangers and Fenerbahce?
Well, I think if it depends what kind of defender you are. When I was a defender, I did review tape. I did like to look at the film before, and I wanted to know everything about my opposing player. Some other players don't. They like to go into the game just maybe concentrating on themselves. It's a personal preference. We do prepare them in terms of who they're playing up against, and like I say, it's a big game. In these games, they're decided by moments. The the last derby we had at Providence Park, Juan came up with a great moment, scored the winning goal. So we hope he comes up with another one tomorrow.
And final thing, Phil, talking to you and Shannon over the last couple of weeks, you've used that word ruthlessness in attack. How do you instill ruthlessness? Is that possible as a coaching staff?
Well, I mean, it's one of those. We were on a run. We were scoring 4s and 3 goals, but conceding a few, and people were moaning about clean sheets. We've now kept clean sheets, and people are moaning about us not scoring enough goals. I think we want to get a happy medium between both. We want to create chances. We want to be exciting, but I've got to say, as a head coach, the clean sheets will make us more. Will give us a better chance of success, and that's the balance we're going to strike.
Best of luck, Phil.
Thank you.